Hi everybody. I know I have been missing in action for quite a while again, and I apologize, but here I am with a plan. So I'm thinking if I change a couple of things around in the channel, then I might be able to keep better track of everything, and actually it'll be more fun for me to do it and for you to watch it. So the first big change is I'm going to make it more vlog style. So I will film little bits over the week of what I'm doing and taking you along, and Friday most likely I will post, as of now it's going to be Friday, I will post what I've done the whole week, and you get to see, and we can do things together. I will still make tutorials when I can, but doing it this vlog style, I don't feel so much pressure to make everything I do into a tutorial. I just get what I can, and I make specific videos for tutorials, which also gives me a bit more time to do that, so I don't have to sit down one afternoon and try to get the whole tutorial in one sitting. So I will be able to cut it up into smaller bits and deal with it a little better. I hope that will improve the quality of the videos and the watchability. And again, no gatekeeping. I will show you everything I do, and I will explain it as best as I can. If you have any questions, just ask. It's not a big deal. I happily answer, and I happily make videos if somebody says, okay, I didn't quite understand, can you explain it? I'm happily going to do that. So, but for now on, it's gonna be a little bit more vlog style, which also means it's mostly crafting, but there's other things in my life that I'm doing. Like today, for example, it's the 1st of May, it's Friday, 1st of May, and usually end of the month, beginning of the month, I do a big kitchen clean out. So today is a big kitchen day. I had a whole bunch of onions. I have no idea how I gathered this many, but we had an overflow of onions. Other than, I used them to cook, but I still had way more. So in order for them not to sprout, and I only have so much storage room, so anyway, in order for them not to sprout, I chopped most of them up and I froze them. So if I now need chopped onions, all I have to do is grab them out of the freezer. I dehydrate a couple for onion powder. And I left a few whole just for, if you want some raw onions somewhere. So that I had an entire fridge drawer full of carrots. I peeled all those. I ran them through my mandolin and chopped them all up that way into little those little carrot slices. I froze those for any, cooking needs for carrots. They are ready to go. I grated a few for this week on salads and things, and again a few I made into carrot sticks for dipping, and a couple of them I left whole. I have bananas still that need to be made. Tomorrow is going to be a big baking day. I'm going to make banana bread. I'm going to make zucchini bread. The zucchinis are still pretty good, but I just, let's get them dealt with. So I'm going to make banana bread, zucchini bread, and I found a recipe for a apple carrot bread. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. I was one of those people who believes carrots do not belong in cake. Okay. And I still do not like carrot cake. However, this apple carrot bread is really good, and it might make me try another carrot cake. However, so baby steps. Okay, so I really like that, and I will link the recipe below so you can maybe also make it, because that one is really good even if you don't like carrot cake. Okay, so I'm gonna make some of those. They all get frozen, so throughout the month or next month, and probably the next couple months, if we want something nice with our coffee, we just take it out and defrost it, and we have something nice without me having to actually go through all that. So plus, again, the produce wasn't wasted and it was used. We're trying to be as close to zero waste as we can here, and you know, some things are more successful than others. So that's going to be maybe a little bit in it in my videos. Not, I'm not going full granola on everybody. Okay, although I mean I am, but it's I'm not doing that in the videos. They will still be mostly crafting videos. So, and but I'm just trying to make this whole thing a little bit easier on everybody, for you to watch, for me to make. So let's see what else is new. We have dealt with that. What else is new? Yeah, I have to clean up my. I have to clean up my desk. I have to. It's not just my desk. I need to reorganize all my crafting things. I cannot find things. Although I got a few new to me furniture that I want to sort my craft things in, and I just stuck it in so that they wouldn't lay around anymore. And now, well, it could do with the sorting and organizing, so I know what is where. So we're probably going to do that together. What else is on? Oh, my son got a new bed, and we took the old mattress apart. So I have a whole bunch of these things laying around, and a whole bunch of bed springs. I didn't keep all of them, but I kept a good bunch. And I have a whole bunch of. Hold on, let me show you the bed springs. Well, you can imagine what bed springs look like. Let me, because I can't grab them right now. And I have a whole bunch of these wires. So they're really nice wires, and I've been meaning to make. Here are the bed springs. I've been meaning to make paper mache bugs. I want to make a bunch of big paper mache bugs to hang up in my apartment. And so, but I wasn't able to do that because I needed wire for the legs, and me, I need to figure out a way to find it and reuse it somewhere, and I just haven't had any success with finding wire anywhere. So now I do. Now we can make the bugs. Woohoo! I also heard from a couple of people about the 100 eraser challenge. So, having made my own stamps before, these are not all, but a bunch of them. I really should clean them a little more, but whatever. I like this one a lot. So, so having made my own erasers before, I thought there's room for improvement. So, doing a 100 eraser challenge would be fun. Stamps, not erasers. I'm making this my new 100-day project. So we're going to carve an eraser a day over the next 100 days. And I'm going to make sure that I capture it all for you guys to be there and watch. And, we'll see what happens. We'll see if I improve or if this is just as good as it gets. I also got this. I got this at my thrift store, and okay, full disclosure, I have all the punch needles. I have the little punch needle embroidery hoop that you need. I have a beginner kit. I just never had I was never brave enough to use it. So I saw this at my local thrift store, and I'm like, yeah, it's all still in there. Let me do this. Let me do this, because I know everything is exactly in there that you need, and the yarn fits the punch needle and whatever else. So everything is okay, and I'm going to do this. So I bought it. Let me get this out here very quickly. Sorry about the crinkling. Well, I undid what the person before me, I'm sorry about the crinkling, of what the person before me who started this did, and I started over, and here are the instructions. Let me just show you. You start out with this flower. Well, this flower is punched from the back to the front, so you need this way around, but no pattern. easy enough. I just drew, you hold it up to a window and you can see through it, and then you just draw around and trace it to the back. Not a problem. I did this. I figured it all out. And you start with this, and then it keeps going. My flower, for some reason, turned out fatter than the one that they have, because now I need to go in with this green in here, and okay, so I need to find it. I don't know how to fix this yet. I may have to take these two out. Clearly, I did more stitches per whatever they required or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm still learning. As you can see, they're not all the same length. I'm in the learning phase. There is a learning curve with these things. It's not hard. It is absolutely not hard to do this. But it is figuring out how to hold this thing and how to punch in there, and how many. Clearly they wanted less of these little thingies per square inch or whatever than I made. I may have to take all of this back out and start over. It's not a big deal. However, then in the end they tell you over here, embroider background. That's it. It doesn't tell you how. It doesn't tell you what stitch to use. It's really hard to see on this little thing. I'm thinking maybe you see it a little bit better on camera than actually in real life. I looked here. It's really hard to tell in real life, but I think it's the same as these. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to make the background the same as here. But I think I'm going to take all of this back out, if it's feasible, and then start with all those little things that are just going back and forth, because I think that might be easier to then add these in the back. So if you've ever wanted to try this, go for it. It's so much fun. It's not too hard to learn. The other thing is, back here, if you come close to this edge, your knuckles rap against this thing a lot, and it hurts. It actually hurts. So that's not very joyful, but it's a lot of fun. It's not hard to learn. It takes a little bit, but you're going to get the hang of it, and do try it out. Personally, I would probably say, if you're a beginner, don't use a kit like this, because this I mean, I have crafted before. I have taught people how to knit, how to crochet. I understand what it takes for a person who has never done something to be able to reproduce whatever you're trying to make them do. This is not doing a good job. I mean, it's pretty, I'm pretty sure people are clever enough to trace it back here for what they need, but it's just an extra step that a beginner really doesn't need. You know what I mean? It's like, just let me get the hang of it. Don't make me think you know what I mean? Anyway, punch needle is a lot of fun. Try it out. I may have to redo all of this, but it's worth it. We are going to do the 100 eraser challenge, and whatever else I get my hands into this week. I will take little bits here and there. I will record what I do, and then I am going to be back next week on Friday, which are going to be posting days. I'm trying to get my hands on a not new camera, but new to me camera. That way I can do the vlogs all on one camera, and I don't have to use my phone, which is always cluttered with things and never enough room, and usually halfway through the video it turns off, and then so I hope that works out. If not, latest next month I will get that sorted. What else that did I tell you about? I think I did, about the bugs. I think that was it. So if you're a subscriber, I hope this will work for you. I hope it'll make it more fun to watch. Again, there will still be tutorials, but I have now more time to do them more in depth. I hope that will improve the quality. Um, and if you have questions, as always, just ask. Just ask. I read the comments as best I can and reply to them, and I have no problem making a video to explain something a little better if I didn't do a good job. What else? That's it. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much, of course, and I hope you stick around. If you're not a subscriber yet, I hope maybe you think about subscribing and sticking around and, you know, see what's gonna happen and hang out at least maybe for the next video. We'll see. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I hope you all have a good start of your May. Till next Friday. Ciao. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.